How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you another Rurouni Kenshin episode review, bit of a recap. Today's episode is episode 12 of the 2023 reboot entitled Aoshi Shinomori. So before I go any further, please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified of more videos just like this one. Oh boy. We are here at the battle, and this battle did not disappoint. Although I thought it would be a little bit longer, but I'm glad we didn't waste time. There's no fluff in this, and that's very much appreciated. I like it when we get not reboots, but we get remakes that follow closer to the manga stuff. I secretly wish that Yu-Gi-Oh! GX would have a manga version of an anime. I hope they do it one day. So before I go any further past that, let's talk about this battle between um Aoshi and Kenshin, right? Um we start off with Yahiko talking about you're not gonna fight him with that little Washizaki. Now remember, Washizakis are just additional tiny swords that work with your katana. They can use for defense. A lot of times men they use it for seppuku, and sometimes they're just there as a ceremonial thing that looks like just to look good with the blade. But Kenshin, first of all, I love that how she goes, children should get step back. Kenshin's like, I agree. Hey, I'm not trying to dish you, Yahiko. It's funny. I love their interactions, right? Because Kenshin is very much the big brother, almost said big father, but big brother father figure for him. And Kenshin goes, besides, that's a Kodaichi. So Kodaichi, uh, usually the suffix ko, as in kodomo, that's for child, small. Kodaichi is between a katana and a washizaki. It's small, but it's used for defense. And so Kenshin basically breaks down and goes, it's kind of bad for me because I can go on offensive, but it's a defensive blade. And Aoshi's ability, his ability is like he uses Kenpo on the offensive, but has the Kodaichi. And even when Kenshin's like, okay, so you use this Kenpo like Hanya, he's like, I taught Hanya Kenpo. And Kenshin gets all these aftershock hits, just going, damn. The Master's fists have more power and weight than that of the students, which is, I like that. I like that. Kenshin does figure out his trick, though. He grabs his blade, so I wish I had a replica sword here. There's a handle for the blade. Kenshin grabs that, where gripping it, it won't dig into the bone, it won't cut him deep, but he's able to have a Kodaichi now. Because what was throwing him off was the length of the blade. That's how he was getting hit. So by evening things up, he's able to retaliate and hit back. Well, Aoshi isn't done yet. The super cool technique that I've been waiting for. It is the Kaiten Kenbo, where he starts swaying and he's moving and flowing like water. Kenshin can't hit him, and it looks like there's a bunch of him all around. I love the way how this one looks as opposed to the original. Original just had the after images, almost like a Pokemon double team. Not really a Kagebushin, but just all around him. And this one has black background, but it still has the look of fading in and out. And he gets Kenshin with 3 slashes, which is insane to think that when he cut him 3 times. And looks like Kenshin looked like he did. Look like he did. Yahiko has called out and is going, I don't care if you're gonna kill me, I just can't sit here and like not fight you. And Shinomori's like, damn, like I commend you on your bravery and your heart, but it's kind of be ashamed to kill you. And Kenshin's like, yeah, no, it's okay. You're not gonna die here, and I'm not gonna die here either. And it's like, how did you survive? His metal sheath was cut in 3 spots. He used it at the last moment, and Kenshin figures out the technique as well, which is really cool visual. When he figures it out, he's able to block behind him and to the side. He said, yeah, you are like water until you have to strike me. And Kenshin does the only barehanded move of Hiten Mitsurugi. It's Hiten Mitsurugi Ryu, Ryo Kosen, dropping the blade and catching it. He dropped his own blade after blocking twice, and he actually did like a palm thrust. And I thought he like hit him in the chest. No, he hit him in the neck. And when he caught the blade, he hit him in the neck again. And he's trying to tell him, "Hey, I've you got dealt two strong blows to the neck. Don't." And Shinomori just nope, gets up, hits Kenshin, but he knocks himself out. Now, where does all this conviction come from? Let's talk about that. The reason why he doesn't even care about the Kanryu stuff. The reason why he's fighting Kenshin, because Kenshin is an imperialist. Excuse me, he's an imperialist. And Aoshi is bitter about the betrayal of what's his name? Yoshi. I want to say his name is Yoshi. What is this man's name? I feel bad. His name is Yoshi something. The shogun who they were protecting the Edo castle. His name is just he's a Tokugawa. I think it's Yoshibu. No, it is Yoshinobu. He basically when their forces were outnumbered, he went in the back. Like he escaped, went to a battleship, escaped all the way to the capital to meet with the enemy forces leader, uh Kaishu Katsu, and ended the war before the Oniwaban Group got to fight. They didn't get to fight in the Bakumatsu era, period. And Aoshi feels some way about it. Like he abandoned the 10,000 people, his 10,000 soldiers, and they were all fighting. He fully believes that if the Oniwaban Group had fought, they would have won, and the Imperials wouldn't have. His plan was burn the city down, and as the Imperial forces are scrambling, cut them off uh part by part. And once they're just like not rambling crowds but like mobs, it'll be easy to clean up. And he's saying, because this is he's fighting Kenshin just for the pure fact of saying who would win, and fighting the strongest Imperial is what he wants to do. Now here's the thing that Kenshin is so damn cool. Kenshin goes doing something like he can't believe. Well, hold on. I'm gonna skip ahead. Aoshi had kind of scared Yahiko because Yahiko's like, you would rouse and burn a whole town. He's like, should I do it here in Tokyo? He's like, well, it wouldn't. Doing something that's meaningless, but superiority is the proof. And Kenshin's like, he's pissed about this. He's like, whether you were revolutionary warrior or shogunate samurai, we antagonize each other, but neither was righteous and neither was mistaken, right? Both sides were simply fighting for the future of the country. And even Aoshi admits later on he understood that Tokugawa surrendered so that a civil war wouldn't weaken the country. Once you fight and you weaken the country, remember, in history, Japan has a lot of issues when it comes to China and the Koreas, which was exacerbated even more in World War II. Look up Nanking if you haven't. Look up Nanking. Something that Japan has been apologizing for a long time, but for you, we kind of know how China is. China says that they haven't been apologies, but there has been apologies. It's crazy. There's also things with South Korea and Japan, but their relations are much stronger now. Much stronger now. But I digress. Kenshin is annoyed. He's actually more pissed because, again, both sides just want to fight for the future. He's saying, but you calmly talked about raising a town. That's nothing more than ice cold competitiveness. Literally, just that's it. You're not even fighting for a future. You're fighting just to be like, I'm the best. And he says, I will, I won't lose to somebody like that because that is just too much for me. And he goes in and fights. He even does a cool move where he does the Ryo Soisen, which is the upper attack and he switches it quickly into a Bato Jutsu technique. Didn't beat Aoshi then. I told you how he beat Aoshi, but he's very serious about beating him. And Kenshin flat out spells it out after Aoshi gets up because Aoshi was fainting for 10 seconds. And he's saying, how come we didn't do the death blow? Because I'm a Rurouni. I'm not a revolutionary soldier anymore. But guess what? A person of your caliber knows that you lost. I don't have to do a killing blow. You know that you lost, right? So let's accept it at that. And Kenshin says, I got another question for you, bruh. Someone of your skill, remember this guy was 15, leading the whole ninja corps. Beating grown ass men. He's a legend. How come weren't there at least more than one or two offers for you to join the Imperialists? How could like join in the army or do something like that? And he goes, yeah, it was. But here's the thing. I can't do what Tokugawa did. I can't abandon my men. Now, over the 10 years, crazy part is people in the Oniwaban Shu have left because, there's no more battle or anything. But they've left and done various things. And he has 4 men left. And he's like, these are 4 good for nothing souls who, for better or for worse, know nothing but battle. Like, what's the guy? Hyoto and Benishimi. They have specialized combat. You've seen Hanya's face, and Shikijo is a betrayer. So there's no way they're going to take him back. So I would rather do something like this, like be a hired hand for someone instead of abandoning these 4 men who placed their lives in my hand. He's a very honorable dude. And you find out that the only Wamashu are honorable men because once, Hanya gets up and Shikijo gets up, Hanya's like, look, I'm not going to fight you, Sano. They all heard a loud gun sound, which I'll get to in a minute, but they're more concerned about Aoshi. They're not gonna fight him. They're like, yeah, we lost fair and square in battle, so not gonna fight you. A little bit funny moments because he even says, "Oh, you Sanosuke even says, oh, you're a pretty good dude, huh?" He's like, "I'm gonna take that as disrespect because he just feels like it's sarcasm." Because he's trying to get his buddy up, right? Even his buddy gets up and goes, "Oh man, being on death's door and seeing your face when I wake up." And dude's like, "I hate you guys. I just hate you." But yeah, she has enough honor. The only Wawa she have honor, and that's pretty cool and pretty interesting. I do also like that we get Yahiko remembering what Kaoru taught him about reach. Like the key to combat between higher ranked masters is fighting inside your own range and figuring that out. I like that. Love that it's tied back to martial arts and fighting. Even though this is fantasy, this is fantastical, still a bit of hint of realism in there, which is very, very nice. Um there was a funny part when he asked if Kenshin was immortal. He's like, "No, I'm hardly that." Um What is another good part before we get into Kanryu being a punk ass? Punch him in the face. Oh yeah. Kenshin basically said that Aoshi beat himself because, again, that competitiveness. He hit him hard enough that he had to take the counter blow he gave. He has to take a deep breath for that. That knocked him out. Even Yahiko was remarking on how Aoshi has the upper hand, not cracking a smile or anything. He's just cold blooded. But let's talk about Kanryu. Kanryu is mad that no one respects him. Like, this dude is the vilest of the vile. Very, very interesting. I don't even want to call him an allegory because he's just a flat out example. Like, just no fancy word, not just an allegory, just flat out example on how people with money just think that's all that you need. You don't need morals or anything else. Who cares? He says to Kenshin, "Look, I got all this power. It took you 10 years and all these years to get your power, and I have all of it because I have money." He's like, leader of the Oniwaban Shu, the Hikitori Batosai. Who are they compared to me? Because he bought a machine gun, one of his men's, a Gatling gun, sorry, reminded him of this Gatling gun. He's going to use it to kill both Shino as well as Kenshin because he's a jackass. He's mad. Nobody respects you. Really, no one respects you because you're a sniveling a-hole. But narrator gives us a little background on the Gatling gun. In 1861, it was developed by American Dr. Gatling. It's the ultimate weapon that apparently brought the Northern Army victory in the Civil War. I have to look that up. I don't remember that, but that's okay. Okay. Okay, cool. In Japan, the Ichigo Naoka domain had purchased one. And in the Boshi War, the Third War, and the Battle of Hukuetsu, it became a great threat for the Imperial Army. So, which is funny because the Imperial Army won. So apparently, the Imperial Army didn't really worry about these damn Gatling guns. So, don't know how it won Civil War, but whatever. I'll look that up later. This gun is in fully 3D. Like somebody did not feel like taking the time to draw this thing. It's fully 3D gun, and he's just blasting it all around. Kenshin has to pick up Yahiko. They're trying to dodge. Aoshi's already kind of hurt, so he gets shot in the knees. Yahiko believes the dude is just playing with them instead of fully shooting them. He's just playing with them to torture them. Once the Oniwaban group shows up with Sanosuke, Kenshin makes a run for it because he has Yahiko. And Ryu's trying to figure out, well, who do I shoot? You know what? I'm going to go ahead and just shoot Aoshi since he's already down. And Shikijo jumps in front, takes all the bullet fire. That's how the episode ends, with him getting shot and everybody going, what the hell? Because, you understand each other once you've clashed fists. That is basically how martial artists are. We do see Hyoto and Benishimi, who were woken up by the blast of the Gatling gun. They're like, well, we can't just be taking a nap here. Let's see what's going on. So if the summer season of anime is over, I got a feeling that next week's episode 13, will probably be the end of this first part. If they're going to take a break, the Oniwaban arc would be a good place to take a break for a little bit. But yes, indeed. Finally got to see the fight I wanted to see. It was done very well, showing the opposing forces once again of, former imperialists versus a person who fought for the shogunate. It'd be very interesting if Shino, I always want to call him Shino, if Aoshi and Kenshin had met 10 years prior. I wonder who would have made it out of that. Though most of the Kenshin battles happen out in the open, Shino would have attacked him and he would have had to attack him on the inside. So who knows who was more righteous? Just the way Shino is today is kind of what did him, right? All the resulting events of not being able to have his men prove their worth and things like that. That's kind of what that pride led to his downfall. All in all, I'm giving this episode a 5 out of 5 because they did it. They brought the thing I wanted to see, and they did it very, very well. I'm glad it was concise and we didn't get, flashes of what other people are doing. Here's the fight. We're not pulling away from this fight until it's over. And I can appreciate that. So 5 out of 5 from me. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, seriously. Leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear what you think. I can't wait because you guys, just get ready. Next week's going to be like ooh, this is a heavy moment. Just letting you know. But once again, guys, thank you. Please be good, be blessed. Wash those hands, all right? Get you some water. Get you some good sleep. Be good to yourselves. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe out there. Be good to others. Please don't be a jerk, all right? Remember, there are people out there that care about you. So reach out to someone that would rather talk to you today than to miss you and mourn you tomorrow, all right? So make sure you do that. I implore you to do that. As a matter of fact, my social media is at the bottom right there. Give me a follow. Send me a message. I won't be a jerk if you don't be a jerk. All right? We can talk about whatever you want. Whatever you want. I promise. So until next time, y'all, I cannot wait. If this is where it ends. Where it ends for right now. I hope it is, because this will be a good breaking point until we get back. I'll see you next week. Or